Morning. Oh my god. Ah. First of all, hey, it's your friend from the Multiverse Universe Traveler. I'm up way too goddamn early for literally anything. My brain was mean to me last night and decided to give me a bunch of nightmares all in a row and woke me up at like 5 a.m. local time. So instead of trying to go back to sleep, I decided I just, I tried to go back to sleep, but then I couldn't. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna order breakfast and then just sit down and talk. Because that's what I fucking feel like doing. So, with me I got a bag of Taco Bell breakfast items that I'm just going to sit and eat while I watch Drawfee streams and just hang out. And also talk about what I dreamt about. Because my brain was really weird that night. So, I'm gonna see what I can actually pull out here and eat without hurting myself. Because, God bless Taco Bell for putting their food in bags that helps them maintain their heat. Like, real talk. I love the fact that I can actually get Taco Bell food and it's still warm when I get it. Let's see. I ordered 2 of the new toasted breakfast tacos. I got the potato ones because I like potatoes, because I'm a potato boy. I got 2, and then 2 of the cheesy burritos, breakfast burritos, and then 1 of the quesadillas. I think my usual go-to for Taco Bell breakfasts is it's the breakfast burritos and then like 1 of the quesadillas. So my breakfast orders are usually pretty cheap, but since today is my vacation, or at least like the official start of it, I decided to splurge a little bit. I wanted to try something new. So it appears that I grabbed 1 of the breakfast tacos. And we're gonna give it a try. So, cheers, mate. So yummy. So last night, my dream started out really kind of normal for me. I also got root beer. I don't normally drink soda regularly. But again, I'm ordering breakfast. I might as well get some sugar to poison myself with. But my dreams kind of started off normal for me. They were like just weird. And they had like some usual life stuff in it. The car troubles, and they took place at night in some random town that I've never been to. I think it's just something my brain made up. So, there were car troubles. And by car trouble, my car was just making really weird noises. And I was driving somewhere. And of course I was all over the road, you know, as you are when you drive in dreams. And then like a bunch of stuff happened that I don't even remember. Because that's the other nature of dreams. Is you can hardly remember any of the shit that happens in them. But I do know that Jacksepticeye got involved. Because then it like switched over to dreams about the game Slender. You know, Slender Man thing. And I was like in my bedroom, but it wasn't my bedroom. And like one of the proxy characters kept showing up and like doing that creepy horror thing where they like, you know, they put their hand around a door or something like that and they like peer in, and it was a girl and her face was all messed up. But the difference here is that instead of like being scared or anything, I fought back. And I remember I grabbed I grabbed her by like the throat and like the back of her head, and I just started slamming her into the door. Because I was like, I don't know if I knew this was a dream, like a lucid dream or something like that, but I just knew, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna fight back because fuck this. I'm not scared, fuck you. And the game, I guess, that I was in didn't like that, so it just straight up killed me. And then I restarted, and then Jack was there. And then at some point, during like one of these resets, the girl leaned in, and then instead of like holding onto the door, held a notepad out and was like, add it to the list. Instead of like saying something really creepy and weird, it was just like I had to add something to a grocery list or something. But then after Jack got involved, there was one time where we both teamed up and we just attacked this girl and started doing like the same thing. We were one of them had like a wrap. We had our hands on her throat. And one of us had their hands on her head, and we were just like throttling this like monster girl. And I think she was leaning in from like a closet or something. Because the closet door flung open, then a hand grabbed Jacksepticeye, like a big hand, and just grabbed him and then drug him into the closet. And that was like the end of him. And then the same hand reached out, then grabbed me and then drug me in. And then it was like, there's your reset. It's like boom, I was kind of back doing whatever I was doing in my room. I think in my dream I was trying to sleep too. But anyways, emotionally, my brain just didn't like the situation that I was in, and it woke me up. Or I forced myself out of it. That's a good breakfast taco. That's good stuff. But it's really weird that my brain was all like, hey, I'm gonna make a dream about Slender Man. Because the last time I consumed any Slender Man content was like the end of October. Or maybe, was it the beginning of October? It was like middle of October when I was watching Super Gaming Brothers stuff. And they covered Slender the 8 Pages, like the remaster for Halloween Fest. So, I don't know, it feels really weird that my brain would pull that, because that seems so far away from the present. know what else I was gonna do for this. I was just gonna hang out. But considering the fact that I kind of did this without announcing anything, there's like nobody that I usually hang out with on stream probably like available and or awake for this. So I'm just kind of by myself here, eating fast food, trying to console myself from having bad dreams. While simultaneously watching stuff that nobody else can see. Is there... Okay. So, riddle me this. Is there... like... the word's failing me. Fuck me. I want to say code of ethics, but that's not the word I was looking for. Hello, your lovely pillow. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Better than how I'm doing right about now. Of course, I'm not really doing that poorly. I'm just really tired. I'm quite tired. Hell yeah. Tired squad, what's up? But is there, like, rules about watching other people's content on stream? Because I know people have gotten in trouble for, like, watching shit on people on, like, their streams. Because it's like... honestly, I'm watching Drawfee streams right now. Honestly, if there weren't any rules against it, I'd just fucking boot up YouTube and just watch it on stream. Haven't done a stream in a while, so I don't know. I'm gonna look into that. Unspoken rule. I think that's what I was looking for. If it's like an unspoken rule. Courteous? I don't know. Now my brain's just gonna rapid fire me words that I was probably gonna think of, but weren't what I was actually thinking of. But I want to... on stream. Oh boy, there's the YouTube subreddit. But I'm also eating breakfast right now. So, you hear the crinkling of paper. That's me eating my breakfast burritos. Servers who are on for games, you can get in trouble. Got in trouble for not listing the name of a DayZ server. Interesting. I didn't think that was a thing. I'll have to keep that in mind. Although, I don't really play multiplayer games too often on stream anyway. But that's good to know. Yeah, so I just see a lot of get permission to watch stuff on stream. So yeah, I'm not gonna test it. I don't feel like pushing boundaries. Not today. I'm eating 3 bags of fruit snacks and a steak drowned in hot sauce. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. Soda pop. Sounds like a dinner, breakfast, and or lunch of champions. And thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate it. But yeah, normally I don't stream this early in the morning. I'm usually an afternoon guy. But I was just laying in bed trying to go back to sleep, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna get breakfast. I could just impromptu stream this and just do something before I was gonna stream later, if I was going to stream later. I wasn't sure how this was gonna shake out, because I streamed yesterday on my normal stream days, but you know, I usually stream on Saturdays, and that's about it, because that's just what time allows. But I'm on vacation currently, so I got a bunch of free time on my hands. Steak for breakfast. Okay. There's 1, it hits hard, and 2, I just felt like it. You know, there are days where that's just how it is, man. It's like, I don't care what time it is, I'm craving this specific food, and I'm just gonna make it, or I'm gonna order it. And that was me day before yesterday. I was like, I just want a burger. And I freaking ordered Wendy's, and I got like a Baconator and one of their, it's like Dave's Double or something like that, which is like just one of their normal burgers, but it's got 2 meat patties on it. And I just inhaled both of them. I was like, oh man, oh, so good. And it hit the spot, and I was like, ah. It had been such a long time since I'd felt peace. And the fruit snacks, because I need more space in my pantry. Bought groceries yesterday and it didn't take into mind about the space in it. Oh, been there, man. It's like, it's like, man, this thing's been in my fridge or the cupboards for a while. I should probably just eat it. Yeah, for sure, if I crave something, I hold off as long as I can. Usually works. Yeah, and that for me was, because usually if I want a burger and I I need something to just substitute the craving real quick, I go to, like, I don't know, Burger King or something like that, just to satisfy the craving, because it's like usually close by. But I'm kind of staying away from Burger King, because I don't know, I just trying to change my habits a little bit. Never been to Wendy's. Wendy's is pretty alright when it comes to like fast food tier stuff. Wendy's is pretty alright. I never really went because we never had too many of them close by. But ever since I moved, I moved closer to like the heart of the city. So now I have a Wendy's nearby. So it's like, ooh, now I have an opportunity to actually eat there. And the food's pretty good. Main place for me is Chick-fil-A. I don't have any Chick-fil-A's near where I live. You have to go to like the big major cities on like the West Coast if you want Chick-fil-A. I'm told it's really good, so I don't know exactly what I'm missing out on, but apparently it's good food. It is very good. Yeah, that's what everybody tells me. It's like everybody that I know has gone there at least once, and I don't know, for some reason it's just eluded me. It's yeah, I never, and it's a little bit because it's like kind of sort of, you know, owned by religious people, so it's like kind of that standing, but it's like I haven't just gone there, because usually when I go up to like the closest places that I think have them are like would be like Portland or Seattle or something like that. Kind of showing my ass a little bit here. We live on the West Coast, but I guess because it's like everywhere that I go that's like in those cities, there's never one nearby, and I'm usually just try to stick close to the places where I'm usually like staying in those cities, and there's just not one that's close by. And currently in this stage of my life, I'm not really doing a whole lot of traveling, so I don't really see myself going there anytime soon, unfortunately. A little expensive, but it's super good. Yeah, and that's kind of the same deal with Wendy's. Wendy's is kind of, for fast food chains, it's a bit more spendy, but you know, you get what you pay for at least. But usually if I need to like go to default fast food, for me it's been Subway or Taco Bell. Mainly because Taco Bell I can get like a handful of burritos for pretty cheap, and then, you know, I take it home, and then I add my own. I had like a sauce to it or something like that. I don't usually get any of their mild sauces or anything like that. But I typically just add my own shit at home and then just eat it there. And I'm part of like the rewards program, so because I go there often enough, it's like, yeah, it kind of justifies being part of the rewards program, and I get like free food every once in a while if I get enough points. Except for recently, because my app reset or something like that, and all my points went away, so I'm a little bit miffed at that. But I'm lucky because I have a Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, Buffalo Wild Wings, Raising Cane's, Culver's, Dairy Queen, and a sushi place near me. Like, not even 5 minutes away. Well, McDonald's is an hour away. Man, that's like the complete inverse of what I got. It's like, I get like, I've got B-dubs, but B-dubs and Dairy Queen I know I've got. And Wendy's, obviously, but I don't got Raising Cane's or Culver's or In-N-Out. You have to go further south for that. But man, oh man, I've had In-N-Out before. I had it like once, and man, that was so good. But McDonald's, though, you're not really missing out. Especially since they raised their prices recently, I stopped going there. Because the whole reason I would go to McDonald's is I'd either go there to get their breakfast, like the McGriddles, which are, oh, those are so good. But I'm not usually up in the morning to actually get their breakfast, so it's like, okay, that kind of rules that out. And if I usually go there later in the day, I get their McChickens, which were really cheap, but now they're like $4 now. So it's like, well, then what's the point? I'm not gonna drop $4 on a sandwich of that quality. It's like, forget it. So I kind of ruled them out. Oh yeah, I'm living the dream. Yeah, the fast food dream. Oh yeah. I don't think I've been to Culver's or Raising Cane's though. I think that's, I don't know if that's like a West Coast thing or not. Is it? Hold on. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Culver's. Oh, there's some on the West Coast. Just nowhere near where I am. And Raising Cane's. Do we have Raising Cane's? No, we don't. Yeah, again, you have to go to like one of the bigger cities to actually go to Raising Cane's. It's kind of a bummer living where I live, but I don't know. It's got its perks too, because the city's not too big, because it's, you know, it's one of the, I wouldn't say it's a college town, but it's older-ish. But it's basically like 3 cities that came together and grew into one big city. So it has like the I don't want to say the width, not really the population. It's got the size of like a big city, but the community is very tight knit in a way. Not tight knit enough where everybody knows everybody, but tight enough that the circles are kind of well defined enough that you could just as easily like run into the same people if you're within certain circles. And I don't know, I kind of like that. It's like we get, and the community's not perfect, but it's, I don't know, better than some places I've been. And it balances out because I have a recreational facility and a gym 10 minutes away. That's really nice. I love living in a place where all the amenities are like really close by. Because before I moved to the place that I'm currently at, I lived like really far outside of town, and having to drive like a half hour to get to where you have to drive like a half hour somewhere just to like go shopping fucking sucked, dude. But now that I live in like within the city limits, I can get things delivered now, and that is so convenient. I love that. It's so nice. It's like night and day. That's I cannot sing the praises enough of having like grocery delivery or like fast food delivery, or just being like, I need to run to the store, and I can just take like a 6-minute drive to a grocery store and then just be done with it. It's so nice. The only thing I do miss though is being so far out of the city. The nights are not as quiet because, you know, you deal with city life, you deal with all the night noise and all that. But it's not as bad as it could be. Like I've been to Seattle, I've been to Portland. I kind of know what like metropolitan city life is like at night. So out here it's nothing. Excuse me. Oh man, they better not just give me the hiccups. Oh, this sucks. I have a small city, little population. You can for sure know everyone. Oh yeah, I've had a taste of that when I was a teenager. I lived in like the smallest community ever, and everybody just knew everybody. And it kind of sucks living in a community like that. I mean, having a community is nice, but when it's a community that you don't mesh with, it really bites. It's kind of why I appreciate things now, where it's like, oh, I can cast a wider net now, and it's like I can meet people that are like diverse and like have many different walks of life. So it's like there's variety in my life. Oh, it's so nice. I don't like delivery, if I'm completely honest. I like taking my dogs for rides in the car and before we leave. We just walk around. I live so close to a Costco that I can walk in, I can walk an hour and reach it. Yeah, that's totally fair. Personally, I don't have a lot of reason to actually leave my own home to go anywhere, because I spend most of my life leaving my home to go deal with life. So it's like, if I ever get the opportunity to, I just stay home. So that's, to me, why delivery is so convenient. So that way I don't have to leave home outside of, you know, what I'm required to do. I would really like to be able to have more free time to actually, like leave the house and not feel like I'm, like, not wasting my time, but, like, I have the time to do that and just be out and about of my own volition, just enjoying life. Because you don't really get that kind of stuff anymore. It's just not a thing. Not a thing anymore. Because one thing I love to do, and is I'd love to walk down to the park, because I have a park close by, and it's so nice. It's got a nice walking path. There's like a bunch of trees there that have been there forever, so they're really nice and tall. And if you go out there in the summer, it provides a lot of shade, so you can like walk through the entirety of the park in the shade, and you don't get too hot. And there's a bunch of wildlife out there. It's so beautiful. And I love being out in nature. But it's like, I don't have the time to do it. I really want to do it. Because even though I'm a introverted nerdlinger, I love being out in nature. I love being outside. But honestly, you know, and also taking your pets for rides. I mean, that's nice. I wish I had pets. Not that I haven't grown up with pets, but it's because I've grown up with pets. I like having pets, but I just can't have one right now because I can't afford it. I find reasons to leave. Like, I must go drive for 3 hours to pick up food I don't even want. You should try mountain biking. I live in a desert, so our mountains are screwed to hell and back. You know, I would like to try cycling again. But judging from what you have told me, it shouldn't be too hard. There's plenty of, like, cycling routes around here. It's not like Portland, where the infrastructure of the city is built around it. But it's not busy enough where it's like, if you go on a bicycle, you're asking to die. I just haven't been on a bicycle in a while. And the last time I tried, I had to, like, relearn how to ride a bike. And I think it's because as I've gotten older, my sense of balance has just gotten so bad. Because when I would go cycling with family around our older place, when we lived way out in the boonies, my method of riding a bike would be I would lean on the handlebars, and because I have no balance, I would just lean on the handlebars, so I couldn't turn unless I came to a complete stop. I put my feet out, and then I would just waddle to turn around, because I would put all my weight on the handlebars because I couldn't balance myself. But as far as I can recall, as a kid, I never had that issue. So somewhere between being a kid and then, you know, aging, I lost my sense of balance. Or maybe I just never had it. My mind is just making things up. But honestly, if I could live with a bicycle and not have to deal with, like, motor vehicles at all, I would be so much happier. I don't know. Just, I hate maintaining cars of any variety. It's something I absolutely hate. And I hate the fact that the United States of America is fucking built around cars. I hate it. So let's try another hobby of mine. Shooting until you drop. I have I have fired firearms before, thanks to my family. I'm not exactly a gun nut because I collect video games. That's an expensive enough hobby for me. Um, I do find firearms very fascinating. I just don't consider myself um, a collector of sorts, and it's also just very expensive. I mean, it's not like I wouldn't have to collect actual firearms. I mean, I could go for like airsoft or something like that. But even then, when it comes to like the stuff that I really want to devote my time to, it's like video games are like top priority, and just nerd shit in general. So that's what I'd prioritize. Yeah, cars aren't my thing. Yeah, I think cars are cool. I grew up surrounded by people who love motor vehicles of all sorts. So it's like I kind of know my way around a car a little bit, but when it comes to my personal life, if I could just live without one, I would just get it away from me. It's like I wouldn't have to pay for the insurance to make sure it's insured in case I got in an accident. I wouldn't have to pay to maintain it. I would probably maintain my driver's license though, because I'm told that if you maintain your license at least, it keeps your insurance rates down. So I probably would maintain a driver's license. Also for the fact that it's an easy way for people to identify you in case something happens. And it's, a good form of ID to have. But that's just a bunch of expenses that I wouldn't need in my life. Which would be very nice. Hold on, play my lo-fi, please. Completely forgot that stopped. Wish YouTube wouldn't. It's like, don't ask me if I'm still watching. I'm playing it for a reason. Leave me alone. I'm sure they're nice and I'll frequently drive around, but much hard to maintain. Oh yeah, and that's the only reason why I keep a vehicle around is because it's convenient. It's like, what would I rather take an hour to walk somewhere daily, or I could do a 6-minute drive. It's like, I'd rather take the 6-minute drive. Especially if it's like, where you're walking is relatively unsafe due to like other cars and vehicles. So, yeah. Especially with my current money situation. Should have never bought that new PC to load GTA 5 a millisecond faster. Hey, that's a good investment. Honestly, a good computer nowadays is actually kind of worth something, since so many of our lives revolve around PCs. I really wish I had a really decent computer, but I have what I have, and I don't know, it's good enough. But it's like I could always go better. Just wish I had the money for it, which is what everybody would say. It's like, money doesn't solve our problems. Hell yeah, it would. These newer cars, I find it harder to find parts. But I do have a Forerunner from either the 70s or the 80s. Yeah, having like new used car is kind of like the way to go nowadays. Because my parents, I remember when they got a minivan for like the first time. It was like the first time ever we ever had a car that had like electronics in it, and just seeing that thing like fall apart as it got older is just hilarious. Like doors like that would automatically open and close just stopped working. Sensors for like flat tires and stuff went on the fritz. It's funny. That car was so reliable though. It took a round trip through like all of the West Coast, and we got like 100,000 miles on it in like the first 2 years that we had it. But goddamn, that van was something. Phew. I think it was like 2011. I think that we got that van. Sold my older one for more than the one I bought, and the guy asked for a higher price because he thought that is a low price for this PC. Oh, my poor simple man. Oh, my poor simple man. But I'd probably be in the same boat because I'm kind of naive when it comes to stuff. I'm a very simple guy. Very, very simple. I'm like a puppy, wide-eyed and fresh-faced to the world. That's what I get with my upbringing. Wow, old memories, huh? Oh yeah. Very old memories, but fond memories. That trip was really something. It was something my family planned for ages, and made a lot of fond memories on that trip. I would love to travel more if I could. There's so much more that I would do. I would easily shake off the introverted loner type so quick if I just had the funding for it, for a lifestyle to, go and do fun stuff. But what can you do? Been trained to be on IT for the United States. Ooh, Air Force. Taking tests for it. That of course didn't affect anything. Oh, that's crazy. I had a family member that tried to get into the military. He apparently aced every part of the exams and stuff, but they couldn't let him in because he wasn't fit enough initially for training and stuff. So they couldn't let him in. I think I had an uncle that was in the Air Force. I forget what battles he was in. I think it was around Vietnam era. I think that was when he was in the Air Force. I think. But outside of that, I don't really know much of. I don't know too much of, recruitment and stuff like that. Just it's you get in, then you go to boot camp, then you go do training, and then once you finish that, then you're out of that, and then you wait for assignment or something like that. That's I get the gist of it, but outside of that, I don't really know much. What else do I got? I got 2 of everything else. I should probably eat this stuff. Oh, there's the other taco. Pretty hard thing to do. And I want to be an officer, but college is kind of expensive, so I'm debating whether I enlist as a private and do my years to get free college, or go to college and pay the loans to enlist as an officer. Okay. Yeah, testing your options. I see. Honestly, actually, I don't know where I was going with that. I think that's good though. At least you got plans. Because when I went to college, I was basically forced into it. Because my folks were like, "Oh, you go to college. That's just how life works. It's you finish high school and you go to college, and it's you need to go to college and get an education." But they were like, they did it because it's that's just what you do. You need a degree. But I was a clueless idiot teen, and I had no freaking clue what I wanted to be or what I wanted to do. Because I'm a very in the present person, and I have no concept of the past or the future. So it's so it's I don't know why I'm here. It's I'm only going because your people told me to. Not many well-paying jobs without college. Oh, definitely. And it's I wouldn't have been opposed to the idea. It's I freaking went and did it. But it's I feel if you're gonna go into college, you should at least have a plan for what you want to do. Which I did not. So I just went in with no plan, and then I just farted around for 2 years, or was it 4? I can't remember. I was basically just a money pit up until I got my degree, which wasn't a lot. And honestly, so far in my life, it hasn't really done much. I'd be making about $100,000 as the job I've always wanted, which is a criminal justice lawyer. That would be really cool. I don't know. And that was sort of the other thing that I kind of did in college, where I was like, all this stuff sounds really cool, but am I interested in it? I don't know if I am. That isn't very livable if you think about it. What part? Like going to college and then getting a degree that doesn't mean anything, or what? Because I'll tell you what, the way everything shook out around that was a disaster. Oh, being a lawyer. Oh yeah. All I've seen when it comes to being a lawyer is is having a really nice car, and that's about it. Because I had a family friend who was... Were they a divorce lawyer? What were they? They were a lawyer of some persuasion. And they had a really nice car. I think it was... Was it a Porsche? Or something? It was like a white Porsche or something like that. It was really nice. And he was like, you would know they would show up because you would see that car roll in. And it's like, ah, they're here. But personally, I couldn't be a lawyer. You know, aside from the fact that it's just a stressful job, getting into the position is very difficult. Just what I've heard people describe, it's like, that is a scenario that is not me at all. And unfortunately, all the options that would suit me probably wouldn't be the most optimal choice anyway. I like the lower budget, used cars and cheap homes. Same. It's like, I'm all about just living a comfortable life. And comfortable in the sense that it's like I'm not splurging on anything, but I have a bed to sleep in, meals on the table, and a roof over my head. And for me, and my low standards, it's not much. And that way when I retire, I can have a livable budget that can give me expensive things. Yeah. Well, that and, well, that for me, I don't think I'll ever retire. I don't even know if I'll live long enough to retire. And I mostly just say that half jokingly and, half serious. Because I have no idea what life has in store for me at this point. Oh yeah, that's all important. Yeah, and yeah, because I don't know. That's just kind of how I see things going forward for me. It's just simple stuff, live within my means, Nothing fancy. Just, yeah, live within my means and be happy. That's all I can ask for. Really should put something on this, on these burritos. Like the tacos and stuff. I should really put like a sauce on this. And next time, I'll remember to do that. Because if I went to college if I had the opportunity to go back to college with what I know now, I know exactly what I would do. It's like, I feel like I would have actually done more of like the arts when I was in college, and like I'd actually know what classes I would take, and maybe I would have gone to theater too. So, a little backstory on me personally, a little history. From grade 5 all the way up to my last year in high school, I just got so scared. Why would happen? Is the thought of hearing the backstory of an internet stranger you just met terrifying? Honestly, it terrifies me too. No, seriously, I do hope you're alright. Playing Project Zomboid, and I take my headphones off and hear banging on a window and a scream with growls. What the? It came from my speakers? What? How did that happen? Weird. Twitch is really bad at sending notifications to me. Hey, Traveler. Hey, Winner. I'm up too early, and I'm nursing a root beer that's now been diluted with melted ice water, so that's how my morning's going. When I took my headphones off, I accidentally unplugged them and my PC resorted to my speakers. Oh, okay. I see. Whoa. Okay, I think I'm back. I just focused on the thing I was watching. Really, don't just love when the character you've been working on for about 2 real life days dies because you go to get some water. Dude, going AFK for any period of time and then just getting owned while you're away, it sucks either way. I know I'm telling you, water kills. Yeah, if you're not careful, it'll get you. That almost happened to me. I was drinking a cup of water, and then a family member of mine told a really funny joke, and it completely caught me off guard. And the water was like, "Now's my time," and it was like, down into the lungs I go, and almost killed me. Fortunately, I was like over a sink, so I could just spit take into the sink and try to get my lungs outside of my body in order to squeeze the water out. Yeah, I vote water to be banned. I agree. Well, hey now, let's not get too hasty now, says the man who likes being in water. The sunlight's starting to come in. Oh, the morning sun. I haven't seen you in forever. It's like I say as I look towards my window, squinting. True fact, though, it's... what time is it? Almost 9 o'clock. It's almost 9. It's like a quarter till. I'm in, 9:45 for me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in Pacific Standard Time Zone. Or, I'm PST or PDT, you know, depending on the time of year. So you're like an hour ahead of me. MST. Yeah. I lived in that time zone for a while. Yeah, and it's 20 minutes away from 5 p.m. for me. Yeah, I'm actually streaming during a time where you would actually be awake and conscious right now. Because normally when I stream, it's like midnight or like 3 a.m. We don't have daylight savings time here. You lucky duck. Well, I say that, but nowadays it's like everything has an internal clock now that, you know, takes that into account. So it changes automatically, except for like your stove or something like that. So it's like, I don't know, it changes and then it's like, it's hardly noticeable. So, I don't know, it feels kind of redundant nowadays. And I've heard that it's going to switch and it's going to stay at daylight savings time come like next year, I think. Is that, if I heard the rumblings right? Which, you know, I'm fine with. It's like between the two, like, you know, time differentiations. Daylight savings time is fine. It's like, it's all meaningless anyway. Time is just a construct. It never existed. I'm going to go ahead and log off for right now. Hope I see your stream up later. Nice chatting with you. Yeah, it was nice having you here. I didn't really expect anybody to show up because I didn't announce this anywhere, but it was nice having you here. You are now my favorite streamer. Ah! Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, usually I'm streaming like noon to like 1 p.m. in the afternoons on Saturdays, some days. So, yeah, if you just check back the VOD, I usually talk about schedules and stuff in the, you know, at the very end. So, yeah, thanks for having me around, and I hope you have a great day. So, bye! Anyways, I'm gonna eat this burrito now. Oh. No, okay. So this is kind of an odd poll, but Uh, um, if you've heard, I'm pretty sure you know who the nostalgia critic is. Doug Walker. You know, he's like one of the internet guys, very popular. He kind of popularized the whole internet review genre. You know, along with James Rolfe, yada yada yada. He did a movie once, way back in the day, called Kickassia. And they released bloopers for that movie, and it was like bloopers and like cuts of the movie to where they showed off like different takes they used. And one of the takes they used, or ones that they showed off in that compilation, was Doug talking to the leader of Molossia, and he's just like, because it shows the footage, and he's like, blah blah blah, I'm just talking to you right now, so that way I can use this footage for later. It's like, your outfit kicks ass, and it's so nice, and now would you kindly slam the door in my face? And the guy like closes the door, and then Doug like turns to look at the camera, and he goes, what a nice man. And I don't know, just saying goodbye right there kind of made me think of that. Where it's like, what a nice man. Nom nom nom. You know, between all the stuff that I've actually ordered for breakfast from Taco Bell so far, the cheesy burritos, still the best. I really like the cheese sauce that they put in these. It's really good. Oh, I remember that. What a nice man that was. Yeah. I think it was really cool that poor man and his family put up with all that. Having those, like, a bunch of internet nerdlingers just running around on their property. I think he's still posting updates to his website, I think. I don't know how old that guy is now, but I think he's kind of getting up there. But, man, a lot of my formative years were spent watching Nostalgia Critic. Like, he was like my go-to for a while. And then it was like after the whole change the channel controversy. Or maybe it was even before that. There was some point where I just kind of stopped watching. Because I just found other content that interested me a lot more. And was like more aimed at me. So I was just like, I'm just going to move on now. Yeah, I was like, no pomp, no circumstance. I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna move on. Which I think is, personally, in my opinion, a good way to go about things. It's like you don't need to announce to people that it's like, I'm not watching this anymore. It's like, just, you know, if something doesn't interest you, just don't watch it. It's cool if you don't. I'm pretty sure they'd understand. Though, you know, it's like you probably shouldn't say it to them, because, I mean, it's kind of rude. Hurt their feelings a little bit. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I used to watch that I just don't watch anymore. Like The Critic was one, EVGN is another. I think Brain Scratch is another one. I just don't watch that. Hellfire Commentaries, used to watch them a lot. And it's all just because it's like, you know, times change and your tastes change and all that. So it's, you know, you just don't watch it. That's it. But it doesn't mean that I don't forget the positive memories I made while watching that stuff. Because I still look back fondly on watching those videos, and I was at least glad that I'm just glad that that was there for me at that time. I no longer watch Thomas the Tank Engine. I had to announce that. Fortunately, since I turned 8 years old, I haven't touched the show. God fucking damn it. Help. Stop being so funny. You're gonna make me choke on this burrito. Though honestly, I think kids shows are a little different. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. You're talking to a guy who had kid shows in his life for maybe a bit longer than they were supposed to be. Just for the fact that I had young kids in my life constantly, whether it was family or, you know, friends of family. So I constantly had that exposure to that constantly. So it's like, I never like truly stopped watching it. I guess I never truly stopped watching it in the sense that I would watch it because I would watch it with siblings and like family. I still watch kids shows, I don't judge. Same. It's like I was part of the My Little Pony fan community. I was like part of the Brony community for years. It's like you say you watch Bluey or something like that. I'm like, hell yeah. Hope it makes you happy, bro. Because it's like, and I think I've mentioned this before. It's like my philosophy is it's like life is short and it sucks. So just take the time to have fun with it and just don't hurt anybody. There we go. Burritos and tacos done. Now it's just a quesadilla left. I still watch SpongeBob and Steven Universe. They're very different, but I love them both, even with flaws. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's totally valid. And personally, I used to watch SpongeBob a lot as a kid. I just don't watch it now because I don't have a streaming service or TV to watch it regularly. But man, those early episodes that I grew up with, oh man, so funny. I still see jokes from those episodes, and I still bust a gut thinking about them. And Steven Universe, my god. I went through a whole Tumblr phase when Steven Universe was still airing. It's like if you go back through my Tumblr, it's like there's just that year of 2014 after, what was it? What was that episode called? It was the one that got a lot of people hooked into it because it was when it was like something finally happened in the show and Jasper and Peridot showed up. I forget what the name of that episode was called. But I hit that episode and I was hooked and I was in it. And I loved that show. I still really appreciate Steven Universe for what it was. Even though I'm not like a huge fan of it nowadays. I'm still very thankful for what it did. Man, this burrito is nothing but tortilla at the very end of it. Good grief. Chewing like a cow. Mmm. But man, I really wish I had the art books for Steven Universe. Because that show is like art goals. Steven Universe had its flaws, but I still love it. Fell into my gem interest. Oh yeah, for sure. Or it's like you have something that like becomes immensely popular and it's like, oh, this like pleases me. It's like, oh man, it's hitting all the right buttons. It's like, ah, dang. And for sure. Me personally, I don't think any form of media is like perfect. And yeah, Steven Universe, it definitely has its problems. But I'm glad for what it was and what it did. Honestly, speaking of its flaws, so, and because this is it's relevant to the Snapcube dubs, a little bit. So Red, who does like all the voices for Silver, they used to go by Robo Buddies way back in the day. And during that time, they released a video, among others, called the Steven Universe Rant. And it was one of those videos that was like really critical of Steven Universe, but it was critical in like a very constructive way. And out of like all of the videos that are like, Steven Universe is garbage and here's why, to me that video actually goes out of its way to deconstruct the show and the episodes that were out at that time and be like, these are the things that the show kind of does poorly. And they talk about animation rules and and concepts and ideas that would make things more interesting, or shot compositions that would make certain scenes better. And it's like, the video has been I think it's been unlisted. It's not privated, but I think it's unlisted now. But I'm so thankful for that video, because even though it was like, they probably look at it as like, oh, it's a video that's like, oh, people use it as like an excuse to like beat down Rebecca Sugar and the creators of the show and all that stuff. I'm so thankful for it, because I actually learned something about animation because I watched that show, or that video. Yeah, I remember watching that and I realized they were one and the same. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? Because I watched their content before they were on the Snapcubes dubs. So when I heard them portray Silver, I was like, oh hey, it's them! And I'm like, yeah, that's a perfect fit for them to be Silver. It's like, totally makes sense. It's like, absolutely. But they also did videos on like Troll Hunters, the DreamWorks show, and how they broke that show down. And it's like, and those were pretty entertaining. But the Steven Universe one I really valued because I learned something from it. Like, I still think about them talking about like Motor City in comparison to Steven Universe. I mean, like, it's like scenes have like sound design, and there's like a thing called the WEC rule, where it's like WECC, where it's like the weight, like, what is it? It's like weight, energy, and like context or something like that. And it's like when you're doing a fight scene, you think about the WEC rule, where it's like you think about the weight of the attacks, you think about the context of the fight, and the environment. That was the E in WEC. It's environment. You take the environment into account. You take the context of the fight, and I forget what it's like. There are 2 C's, and I forget what the other C is. But they went through the list and were like, it's like Steven Universe fights don't really have a lot of weight to them. Sometimes they're really floaty, and the rules aren't really consistent. They don't really take the environments into consideration with these fights, usually. Because I think it was at a time before some of the other fights came later. So it's like, I'm pretty sure there were some that actually took advantage of the environments they were in. And then they talked about like context, and it's like, so it's like, you know, it's like, why are they fighting? Are the members of this fight trying to run away from something? Are they trying to like get away? It's like, what is the purpose that this fight serves in the overall narrative? And it was very interesting, and I learned something. And I was also introduced to Motor City, the show, which was very good. I like Motor City. It's a very good show. I don't even know if you can actually watch it anywhere, because it lasted for like 12 episodes and it's never been seen again. And the character designer for that show designed the members of the band Gorillaz. You know that band? The really popular one? The one that, you know, made Feel Good Inc. and like Clint Eastwood and all of them? Yeah. So it's like, the character design in that show is superb. So, go watch Motor City. I don't even know if it's on Disney Plus or anything like that. I think it's like, you have to like, it's like pirated or something. You have to watch it through that way, which sucks because it was such a good show. But yeah, I really wish that video could stay up, but I know that the reason why they like took it down, quote unquote, is because when Lily Orchard made that one video where it was like, Steven Universe is garbage and here's why, they cited that video a lot and kind of took some of that stuff that they said out of context. So it's like, yeah, I can kind of understand why you would take that down, because you wouldn't want to keep that up as like ammo for other people who don't really get why you made that video in the first place. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Still kind of a bummer though, because I did learn a lot from it. Actually, I want to see if I can still access that. Hold on. Because even though it was unlisted from YouTube, the way that I found out that it was still up was it was hyperlinked to another. Website. I'm gonna click a YouTube link. Oh yeah, there it is. So somebody had it linked on. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not a good sign. Uh-oh. Video unavailable. This video is private. Uh-oh. 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 Oh no, is it gone? Is it like gone? Oh no. Well, rip to a good one, I guess. I wish I had the ability to save that video. Because I think it was just unlisted beforehand, but now it's privated. That sucks. That sucks. Oh well. Well, either way, I'm still glad it existed. Still glad I watched it. And yeah, that show to me was oh man, yeah, oh man, indeed. I wish I had copy of it. But, what can you do? What can you do? But that show's art style was art goals for me for a while. It will forever exist in our hearts. And a mega hyperlink somewhere on Reddit. Yeah, and through the Know Your Meme page, which is how I found out it was unlisted in the first place. But that's all it's got left now. Ripperoni, rest in pepperoni. But yeah, that show was art goals for me for a while because I love the character designs, and they were like simple shapes, and that's something that I always loved because my art style is very cartoony. It's simple shapes, round shapes, you know, kind of like that. But I'd really love to learn how to paint backgrounds like they did, and just to paint digitally in general. I'd really love to learn how to do that. I guess another thing I kind of want to talk about now is art goals, because now I just want to talk about other people's art. I want to see if I can actually find some, because I want to talk about other people's art, because I like talking about other people's art. Speaking of art goals, where? Oh, here it is. So there are two artists that I'm like, that I am a big fan of, and I'm gonna switch over to the overlay here in a sec. There's the Elgato internet browser. There it is. Okay, so I have two artists that right off the top of my head are like the art senpais for me. And I think I may have brought, I don't know if I think I've brought them up before in other conversations, but I don't know if I brought them up on stream. This is Dawnfire. She was, and is, currently, a big artist in the pony community. She kind of made her, made her name in the pony fandom, drawing lots of good horses, as you can see. Let's open up this one of Gabby. I love her art style. This one's kind of a simple drawing, but look at this design for Gabby. I love how she draws characters with big expressive eyeballs, and their faces are like little itty bitty, and the overall anatomy and shapes that she uses when she draws are just they're just so good. But the ones that I really like of hers are when she goes like all out in some of her renders, like this one. Look at how beautifully rendered this is. Like, look at this. Like, this is so pretty. Like, oh my god, and the chromatic aberration, and added with like her own, with like a personal style, like the big eyes and these small features, round shapes. It's so good. I would love to like learn how she draws, because it's so good. And this is like even like her silly like little shitpost style. This is like so cute. My little PogChamp. I'll have you know that Twilight said that I'm her little PogChamp. Patoo! Oh, how nice. I wish someone said I was their PogChamp. The sandwich flying away. God. I love these so much. But it's like she not only does she, and outside of like the pony fandom stuff, it's like you can kind of see that she also draws other stuff. It's just as we go further back, we see more pony stuff. But she draws like Pokemon, little Appleton. Look at him. Oh, I didn't like this one. No, we're gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna give that a like. Him doing a polite sit. This is so cute. And she like draws in different styles too, which is really nice because she's got like this drawing, this style where it's got like the pencil lines still left in it. The line art is still very textured, like a pencil. It's like, oh, it's so good. Like if I had money, if money was no object, I would love to commission her to draw Dusty doing like when he goes supernova for the first time, and to draw him in like a rendered piece like the Starlight Glimmer one. It's like I love that because I love the way she renders like these like really powerful looking characters. Like there's a I forget where it is. There's a Nightmare Moon piece that she did that's like a perfect example of this. I don't know how far back I'd have to go to find it, but yeah, because see, look at this. The rendering on this energy and how it plays off of, you know, the edges here. Ah, it's so good. It's so freaking good, dude. Also, Plain Pony. I actually have a few commissions from her. I really need to go through and scan some of the stuff that I've gotten physically and like share some of that stuff because it's so good. Like how back are we? September 2018. And this Deoxys one. Look at that. Look at that. Oh wow, that is just beautiful. I know, right? It's so good. She would, like, I would love if she did, like, art of, like, Supersonic or something like that. She would, like, double tuck 9,000 gainer nail that shit. It would be so cool. But, yeah. She's art goals, for sure. I'd love to, like, just do a study of how she does this stuff. And she also does like this flat stuff. This is from, yeah, her naughty mare friend. This is, I don't know if they're still together or not. This is Bernd Hoffman. He used to do an art show / podcast with some of his pony buddies. And they would do like critiques of art in the pony fandom. And I watched that show religiously back in the day when it was still going. They ended up making like 200 some odd episodes of it, which is like crazy. And I actually met a number of people that were on that show through the pony fandom, and they're really nice. Some of them I'm very privileged to call my friends. But yeah, Dawn art goals. And look at this. This was art they made for Free Northwest, which is a PonyCon, Seattle. Ah, so beautiful. Just so fucking good. I don't know. I'd really love to take. I would take lessons from her Tell me your secrets, please. Anyways, and that's just one of them. That's just one. The other one was Rollin' Rabbit. Depending on the website, she either goes by Rolling Rabbit or Rollin' Rabbit. Here on Tumblr, it's just Rollin' Rabbit. She works at Wild Brain on shows. I don't know what her I don't know her credits off the top of my head, and I don't know the roles that she's played on productions like in excruciating detail. She's worked on Littlest Pet Shop, Pony, and the Pony movie, the one that was released in theaters, not the Equestria Girls ones, but the like the My Little Pony movie. She worked on what else did she work on? Carmen Sandiego, that was the other one, the Netflix show. And did she work on Sonic? I don't think she did. I'd have to look it up. But I discovered her style, or I discovered her art back in 2014? I don't want to say it was that long ago. But I remember the pieces. Yeah, see, there's Carmen Sandiego. She worked on the show. Because I remember like the pieces that were new when I first discovered her artwork. Was it 2014? It might have been. Yeah, I think it was 2014. Yeah, because I remember a lot of these being like new when I yeah, because here's a fun bit of trivia. So way back in the day, y'all remember the Ice Bucket Challenge, right? I was the one who kind of passed the challenge on to her, and she drew this as a response. And it's so cute. It's so cute. But the ones I remember seeing, the first ones of her art that I remember seeing, it was on DeviantArt, and it was all of her Scooby-Doo Where Are You fan art, which I think is on here. I don't know how far back I want to go. Yes, this was one that I remember seeing, was this fan art of Scooby-Doo, but it was the like the, what is that, My Little Miss Sunshine? I think that's what this is a reference to. I remember seeing this and going, my word, this artwork is incredible. It's amazing. And their DeviantArt gallery was just full of, I think it was like full of this stuff, I think. Like they had, she had the gender bend of Mario and Luigi in there with the gender bend of Wario and Waluigi. I think that piece is on here somewhere. I am not sure. Oh yeah. ProZD did one of his videos. He did like a Vine, or not a Vine. He did a Tumblr post and had this artwork in it. Yeah, it's like, wait, some snot-nosed punk is trying to ride a bike indoors. He Sungwon did he did a dub of this, I think. So good. But yeah, I saw all this artwork and I was like, oh damn, this is like really good. And I was still into Pony at the time, and Pony was still going on at that point. So I was like, oh hell yeah, I'll follow this person. And then they did, she opened up commissions, And I actually have I actually have a bunch of commissions I got from her, because she would open them up periodically, because she's like, I kind of take some work outside of this to get some extra funds for like other stuff. So I'm like, yes, please, I want art from you, please, oh please. And she did, and I think I showed this off, she did the group shot of the Universe Traveler crew, like the original Universe Traveler crew that was part of the comic at that time. And it blew my like 18-year-old brain out the back of my head, seeing my characters rendered in such a beautiful and loving way. Like, it was incredible, and it was the biggest boost to my motivation at that point. You know, I try to get with these, these articles. Oh yeah. And then I'd follow her, and she would just post, every now and then she'd post like these little fan arts of stuff that she'd be into. And she was the one who got me into like Metal Gear, because I don't know where it's at. Yeah, it like started like right here in like 2016, and she just went ham drawing like Snake and Otacon and Snake again, Snake and Otacon, and just all these Metal Gear Solid characters. And then she did like the boss on her horse. Like, fucking look at this. Look at this. The grain and the like the perspective work where she like blurred her lines to show like distance from the camera, like the focal point. That's the word I was looking for. Incredible. And the way that she like draws her humans, it's almost like she went to college to study art. Who knew, right? But the way that she draws them is so, is so good. Like, when she posted this drawing of Rouge, like her own take, I stared at this picture for hours. Literally hours. Because everything about this drawing is like me coded. It makes it, I look at it and I go, it's perfect. It's everything I could ever want in an art piece. It's got lineless on the wings, colored line art for the edges, a very nice appealing shape. The head is just a round shape. The anatomy's nice and clean. It's God, it's so good. And the pose is so this is just, it's so simple, but it's like, yeah, you can totally get her deal just by looking at her. It's like, it's so good. And I don't know if the Blaze, she did, and we scrolled past it, I know I saw it, but she drew a similar drawing of Blaze the cat from Sonic. I don't know if it was older or newer. I could probably go through the tags. Oh, this was another one that I remember seeing long ago. Yeah, I cannot stop. This picture, look at this. The staging and all the characters' expressions and the poses. It's like, I think I actually might have seen her work before. I hope so. This is the good shit. This is good stuff. Yeah, it's like, if you're not following her already, go follow her. I think she's mostly active on Twitter and Tumblr, I think. I think she's got an Instagram, but I don't think she uses it. And she's also on Blue Sky. That I know for sure. But yeah, give her a follow. Her work is well worth it. Also, she also went through a BioShock Infinite phase, and on Pony, she put in the Lutece twins in one of the episodes. She put them in the background, and when people saw that, the internet just went nuts. And Ken Levine who worked on BioShock was like, hey, look at that, isn't that cool? And people were like, whoa! And I remember seeing it and I was like, I know who did that. I totally know who did that. And it's like, side-eye glance. It's like, ah. Yeah, her art is just so fantastic. God. And it's also like, it's just some of the simple stuff too that I really like. Like, I want to find that Blaze picture that she drew. But one of the things I always liked about her drawing style is it gives me that pencil and ink style that I kind of like to embody in my own work. Here it is. So it was later, not earlier. I love her take on the Sonic characters. These are so good. Because if there's one thing I love about ink work, clean inks are good. And keeping them nice and even is it's nice, it's good. But I love ink work where the lines are really rough and they're at varying levels of thickness. Like, you can kind of tell that she kind of went at this line and then like drew it once and then like went at the line again. So there's like this little hitch right here where it just goes bloop, bloop, bloop. And then this line here is like really thick, and then this kind of has a little dip to it. I love ink work that's like that, because it kind of gives that rough edge to it. And I love when art has that roughness to it. It's like, to me, if something is too clean, then it just, hold on, I gotta make sure that my music's playing. Still, I'm not looking at OBS. I'm staring at beautiful art. But because if something's just too clean, it feels manufactured, you know? And I love seeing artwork that's made, that you can kind of tell is made with a loving hand. And, you know, it's like, you can tell that they put their hard work into it. And it's like, it's, I don't know, there's just something about having this roughness to it that makes it seem like, oh, this was art made by a human. And there are people who actually make really clean art that looks amazing. Like, you see all those anime pictures that people make where it's rendered to look almost photorealistic, and it's like, that's made by human hands, and that looks amazing. Don't get me wrong, that looks amazing. But for me, I will always value work that's like this, where the lines are rough. There's like an overlay on this that has that adds like a grain to it. The blends here aren't as clean. I just, everything about her art style, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Everything about her art style is like all the things that I love seeing in art, and all the things that I would want my art to be. It is just fantastic stuff. God. I just give her a follow, show her some love. It's all good stuff. Man. And sometimes she will go and she'll actually stream the art that she works on, and she'll stream games every once in a while. And I would love to be able to sit in on one of her art streams. She did an art stream a while ago. I can't remember how long ago it was. It was early this year, I think. And she went through and she worked on one of her more recent pieces. Where's my scroll bar? I don't know where it is. It was a more recent piece, so we're close. It was this one, right here. It was her Daisies piece. And she worked on this on a Twitch stream, and I got to so she worked on the stream, but I was at work, so I couldn't actually watch it live. And if you want to know what the funny thing is, I almost called out that day because I wanted to actually watch this. So I did the only thing I could do, and I took OBS and I recorded the stream VOD because I couldn't save it. And there's and you'd think there'd be a website that would rip Twitch VODs, but none of them work anymore, which makes me very sad. But I have that stream saved in low quality, but I have her entire process recorded, and it's I want to study that like a forensic scientist, because I want to be able to draw something like this, because I just want to I want to understand. It's how do you get the burn here, the I don't even know if it's the compression of the website that causes this pixel effect, but it's oh, it adds to it so much. It's so good. I'm doing the Italian finger gestures. It's oh, it's so good. It's and then from what I remember from watching that VOD, is I think she used the rough G pen, which is the pen that I usually use for inking nowadays. She used it for this line art, and it's and I'm oh, you can just make art from the most basic ass tools in your program. It's it's totally cool, because she did the render of this in Clip Studio, and she's I haven't used Clip Studio before. I'm using this on a work computer. And she just used the regular ass tools and rendered this, and it's oh man. And the only problem with that VOD that I wish wasn't there, but it's what can you do? Is she has on her stream overlay, she has Galarian Ponyta on her overlay. It's the model from the game. It sits on the stream overlay, and it kind of does a little looping animation. It does its neutral pose, and it just loops the animation for it, and it covered up her layers. And it's I wish I could know, because I know what tools she uses because that's uncovered, but I wish I knew if she used any layer styles for it, because it's oh, because honestly I would treat this as a paint along, and I would just sort of paint along with it. And by doing so over and over again, I would be able to implement that into my workflow. Because, that's basically how I learn, is just by doing stuff. But yeah. It's so nice to actually just go back through this and look at her stuff again. That's so inspiring. And I really want to draw her actual Rollin' Rabbit OC, because her OCs are really cute. It's the rabbit's really cute. She has a witch cat. I think we passed it a few times. Her name is Winnie. Winnie the witch. She's really cute. She's one of the first OCs that I saw of hers. I think one of the first ones she's posted. But she's really cute. Man. Oh, man. So good. Anyways, yeah. Go look at her stuff. It's great. I'm going to switch back to this now. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna quick run to the bathroom, because I just drank a large soda, and now I need to I have to pee. So I will be right back. got myself some water. I filled my cup up with it. Hopefully this will melt the rest of the ice. Man, it already looks like midnight outside. It's 5:30. Ugh. Yep, the winter mood. Where it's like dark out at 4 p.m. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Why are you here at 4 p.m.? Apparently designing an eel makes the sun vanish forever. I saw your posts at 5 a.m. And those drawings are really cool. It's like, goddamn, that's such a cool design. Apparently, head designing eel makes the sun vanish forever. I'd hope not. Have you seen that one, like, the Twitter account, like the ARG or whatever, where it's like the sun vanished? It's like a lot of fucked up shit happens in that one. Like, no thanks. Keep the sun around, please. A guy tried to draw an eel and it just happened. Well, I mean, in that series, it was aliens in like geometric shapes and strobing eyeball lights, which, you know, don't watch that series if you're photosensitive, because boy howdy, those things don't need to friggin' blow out the sun. They just need to look at you long enough and you'll have a seizure. God damn. And thank you, Traveler. I'm using my own envy design. Yeah, it's so good. I was looking at the facial expressions and I was like, oh man. It's like, this is the good shit. And not just aliens who ate eels. Ugh. The worst kind. The fish-phobic eels. Or fish-phobic aliens. Fish-phobic eels. Would that be self-loathing? Although, I don't think... Are eels fish? I think they count as fish. I forget if, like, they're... Are eels fish? Yeah, they're ray-finned fish. It's like, I think... Or maybe it was hagfish. There's, like, some kind of thing that's like an eel that's called a fish, but actually technically isn't a fish. It's something like that. Huh. The term for a young eel is called an elver. E-L-V-E-R. I didn't know that. Anyways, though, I was going to... Okay, so I'm going to talk about the plan for later today. I started the day off waking up at 5 a.m. because I was assuming that I was going to just do an afternoon stream like I was going to do, you know, as per the usual. However, I had nightmares. I woke up at 5 a.m. and I started the day off with a stream. Totally unorthodox. Hold on. The eels are coming for me. But it kind of changed. I just completely lost my train of thought. Today I thought of a concept using a not fish, a shark. Ooh, sharks are fun. I have a shark OC. I should really show that off at some point. Anyways, I was just planning on doing my normal afternoon stream, you know, as per the usual. Didn't plan for this at all. Just did it on a whim. So I think what I'm going to do today is we're gonna do a stream again today, at the usual time, and we're gonna finish Shadow of the Colossus. We're gonna finish that today. But I need to take a little time to, do some stuff around the place, my home, and handle some work stuff as well. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna end this stream. I'm gonna take a few hours. I'm gonna take care of some responsibilities, and then yeah, I'm gonna take some time, and then I think I'll start at like take some stuff, and then I'm going to, like, at around noon, like 12, or between like the times of like 12 and 1, maybe like 12 and 2, somewhere between those 2 hours, we'll start Shadow of the Colossus, and then we'll finish that game. It sounds good, Mr. the Universe Traveler. I don't know why, that sounds kind of funny to me. Work stuff on vacation? Scandalous. Well, it's mainly because my vacation time is kind of, I don't know how to actually phrase this in an articulate way, but at the time that I actually managed to get my vacation time cleared, was I could only use the stuff that I had on hand, which wasn't a lot. So I cleared for 3 days, and which left 1 day open that I would have to go in. But I have enough of like my other kind of vacation time to cover the day that I missed, which is today. So I have to go. I have to take care of that time and make sure that they know I'm not coming in and all that stuff, so that way when I actually come back from my vacation, they don't slap me across the face and go, "You fool, why didn't you tell us you weren't going to come in today?" So, I have to make sure I take care of that, so I can get it done and over with, and I don't have to worry about it. So, and I also might take a nap. Who knows? I still feel very tired. Check out the VOD if you want to hear about my weird ass dream that I had that woke me up, that I talked in circles about while I was eating Taco Bell. Anyways, this was really fun, just as a random morning stream that I didn't plan on. You've earned a nap. Thank you. Oh, and there's my phone telling me to... Yep, there it is. There's my phone telling me to call in. Yeah, so anyways, I might take a nap, and do all that stuff, and also eat the rest of my breakfast. I still have a quesadilla left. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up here, and yeah, no big sign off or anything. Actually, you know what? Hang on, do I know anybody who's streaming right now? I don't think so. Most of the people that I usually go and bother after a stream are afternoon, nighttime streamers, so I don't know who's... Yeah, I don't really... I don't know this place or these people. Anyways, yeah, no big send off. We're just gonna end it here, call it good, and then yeah, in like 4 hours, 5 hours, however many hours it takes to get from here to the 2 hours between 12 and 2, we'll start Shadow of the Colossus. So I'll see you then. So thank you for joining me for this morning stream. Thank you, Lovely Pillow, for the follow. I appreciate it. In case you're watching this VOD. thank you. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye!